So we know the 5 categories. We know we need to educate, solve problems, and be transparent about pricing. But let's look at the reality of a busy business owner. Sitting down and staring at a blank screen is deeply intimidating. Where do these topics actually come from? Because guessing what a customer wants to read usually results in a really boring blog.
The good news is you never have to guess, ever.
Really?
The internet is already broadcasting exactly what your customers want to know. You just have to know which tools to use to mine for that raw customer language.
The source outlines several fascinating ways to do this. The first is almost too simple. Google autocomplete.
Yep.
When you start typing your service into the search bar, you look at the drop-down suggestions.
Those suggestions aren't random. That is a predictive algorithm based on the aggregate behavior of millions of people.
Wow.
If Google suggests how to clean pavers without a pressure washer, it's literally telling you that thousands of people are stuck on that exact problem.
Then there is the People Also Ask box that pops up in search results. The article says those questions should immediately become your blog titles. But the tool that really stood out to me was Reddit. The article calls Reddit one of the most underrated customer research tools available.
Reddit is incredibly valuable because it is the unvarnished truth. People don't go to Reddit to read corporate marketing.
Definitely not.
They go there to complain, to ask for help, or to share their DIY disasters.
Yeah, if you are a business owner listening to this, you can go to a home improvement subreddit and find a thread where someone is panicking because they ruined their driveway trying to pressure wash it themselves.
Exactly.
If you read the comments on those threads, you are learning the exact emotional vocabulary your customers use when they are stressed. You can also mine local Facebook HOA groups, right?
Oh, those are gold mines.
Imagine checking your local community page and seeing 50 neighbors arguing about the best way to remove rust stains from their sidewalks. That is raw, localized customer insight just waiting to be turned into a targeted blog post.
And if you want to get more technical with your research, the source mentions free marketing tools like Answer the Public and Uber Suggest.
How do those work?
Answer the Public is brilliant. It literally takes a keyword you type in and builds a visual web of every who, what, where, when, and why question people have asked search engines related to that word.
That's super helpful.
And then Uber Suggest helps you attach search volume metrics to those questions so you know exactly how many people are looking for that answer each month.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Knowing what to write is only half the battle.
True.
How you actually structure the blog is what determines if the AI engines can digest it. We are writing for 2 very different audiences simultaneously.
Yes, the human and the machine.
Right, the human reading the screen and the AI scraper scanning the code.
Structure matters tremendously. A giant, unbroken wall of text will cause a human to leave immediately, and it gives the AI no hierarchy to understand what the page is even about.
The source emphasizes starting with a strong H1 title, and it needs a specific formula keyword plus problem, and sometimes a location, like why black roof streaks appear on homes in Florida.
Let's demystify these technical terms for a moment. H1 and H2 headers are HTML tags.
Okay.
To a human reader, an H2 just looks like slightly bigger, bold text halfway down the page, separating a new section.
Right.
But to an AI scraper, it is reading the underlying code of your site. Those H tags act like the skeletal structure of your argument. If your H2 says the average cost of roof cleaning, the AI immediately tags the paragraphs directly below it as the definitive answer to pricing.
It's basically highlighting the most important information for the machine.
Exactly.
The article also pushes heavily for including FAQ sections at the bottom of the blog.
Yes, because AI systems love structured data. They frequently pull directly from succinct question and answer formatted FAQ sections when generating their conversational responses for users.
But even with the right structure, the article highlights a massive mistake people make with the actual writing. It has a strict rule about using real-world examples instead of what it calls robotic text.
The distinction there is vital. What is the difference, they point out?
The bad example of robotic text is something like, pressure washing improves curb appeal.
Yawn.
Right. It's technically true, but it's sterile. It's boring. The source says you have to write for humans. A better version is, many homeowners are shocked at how much brighter their driveway and siding look after years of algae and dirt buildup are removed.
And there is a mechanical reason why that second sentence performs better.
Really?
Yes, large language models prioritize semantic density and richness. Improves curb appeal is a cliche, but words like shocked, brighter, algae, and dirt buildup provide rich context.
Makes sense.
It sounds authentic, it evokes emotion for the human reader, and it provides much better contextual data for the AI.
What else causes a blog to fail?
The most common failure is writing purely promotional content. If your blog is just a 500-word brochure demanding people hire you, it will fail. The golden rule is teach first, sell second.
Nobody wants to read an advertisement disguised as an article.
That perfectly aligns with why thin content is heavily panelized. Short, weak, 200-word blogs simply will not compete.
Because they don't answer anything thoroughly.
Right. LLMs are looking for comprehensive answers. If you only write 3 sentences about algae, the AI will bypass you for a site that wrote a detailed explanation of how algae grows and how to safely remove it.
Howdy.
They also warn against keyword stuffing, forcing words into sentences unnaturally just to appease an old algorithm.
And we can't forget visuals. The article says ignoring visuals is a huge mistake. Before and after photos, behind-the-scenes process images, or even simple infographics.
Visuals are critical for engagement metrics. When a human reader stops to look at a compelling before and after photo, their dwell time on your page increases.
Dwell time.
Yeah, that time spent on the page sends a strong signal to search algorithms that your content is genuinely valuable. And this brings us to perhaps the most important piece of advice from the entire DAB marketing guide. Consistency beats perfection. You do not need to write a Pulitzer-winning masterpiece every single day.
Thank goodness.
Publishing one strong, educational, well-structured blog a week will compound over time. Month after month, you are building an undeniable mountain of digital authority.
The takeaway is that blogging in the modern era is no longer about trying to trick an algorithm with sneaky keywords.
Definitely not.
It is about building genuine digital authority across the entire internet ecosystem. Every single post you publish is a trust builder for your customer, a lead generator for your business, and crucially, a future reference source for AI platforms.
Right.
We started by talking about that dusty, forgotten bulletin board. But if AI platforms are constantly scanning the internet for the most detailed, educational answers,
Right.
and if they are building their customer recommendations entirely based on that scraped data, are we approaching a future where you aren't really writing blogs for human readers at all, but rather you are exclusively training AI agents to become your ultimate 24/7 digital sales team?
This raises an important question about the future of the internet itself. That is exactly where the ecosystem is heading.
It is an incredible frontier to navigate. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep teaching, keep building that authority, and we'll see you next time.